If you're thinking about how to solve climate change, here's where you start. Electricity is about a quarter of the problem. Food, agriculture, and forest are also a quarter of the problem, but don't get nearly as much attention. Then you've got buildings, industry, and transportation. Those are the 5 things we got to change. So electricity, I think, is well underway because it's not policy so much now, it's markets. Solar, wind, and batteries are just getting really cheap. We're beating fossil fuels on the market, not because we put a thumb on the scale. They're just better technologies. Amory Lovins used to say, the Stone Age didn't end because we ran out of stones. The coal age didn't end because we ran out of coal. It ended because it's bad technology. But other sectors like food waste, that's the best place to start. About a third to half of the food grown on the planet isn't used. So that's a human tragedy as well as an environmental tragedy because it means half of the food resources, land, water, energy, and materials were also wasted. The ones I worry about, though, are around buildings and transportation because there's always a time lag. Today, you might see somebody buying a new Tesla, but for every new Tesla, there's 5 SUVs being sold today, still, right? Or I don't know what the number is, but it's more than 5. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be on the road for about 20 years before they end up in a landfill, 17 years in California. That's a long time to wait to turn over the car fleet. And then you think about buildings. This is a beautiful new LEED building, but for every new LEED building you build, there's thousands and thousands of buildings that are kind of old. So that's kind of when I look at obstacles. What's the most limiting thing between today and success? Is it policy? Is it markets? Is it capital? Is it rules? Is it technology? And so on. And I think we have to knock down domino by domino by domino in very different ways. And the same tool doesn't work for everything. It isn't a hammer because these aren't all nails. We got to have different tools for different kinds of problems. And when you do that, I think it becomes a lot clearer what's next and where we need to focus our attention.